You know what's awesome? I just recorded this whole video with my mic unplugged. So I'm redoing it. Let's get to it. It's time for a season review. All right, my friends, welcome back. It's episode 21 of From Backpack to Boss Club 2, Chojniczanka Chojnice. We've won our second title in 4 years. Let's see how we got it done. Today, we're going to look at our season. We're going to look at our players. We're going to look at our transfers. And we're going to catch up on Stirling Albion and some of the players from the past. See where they ended up. So yeah, I just recorded this whole video and looked down and my mic was not plugged in. Yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, tight race. 7 losses each for us and Arca. The only difference is that they had an extra draw and we had an extra win. That's the sole difference in our season. My wife just opened the garage door. She's leaving, so that's the noise you could probably hear in the background. Top goal scorer, Marvin Scheib. Awesome. Came in on January 30th. So that's the back half of the season, and he's still the top goal scorer. Incredible. Jakob Bednara, again, I've said it like the last 17 videos. I don't know. We almost didn't extend his contract last season. Would have been a mistake. Highest average rating, tied for most assists, 4 player of the match awards. Awesome. Lisowski is a bit yellow card prone. I need help from you. How do I fix that? How do I fix him from like going ham on people and just losing his mind? I also want to point out our current balance. We are in the black. Now, we did get, what was it, like 100,000 pounds from the board in the middle of the back half of the season. But still, if you look at, we started here. This is the beginning part of the season. Negative 432,000 pounds. We got our sponsorship money. We played some league games, the Money League, the Valentine's League, the Welcome Back League. We have been able to claw our way back. I guess we started, I don't know. We started here. Maybe it was here. Anyway, it was a lot of money. We were in the hole. And we have been able to claw our way back into profitability. Now, granted, part of that's with a shady Wolf of Wall Street loan from our new board, and then an extra 100,000 pounds in investment. But it's paid off because we just got them promoted. So let's look at the squad. All right, top goal scorer, Marvin. Right behind him, Bednara, with also 8 assists. That's phenomenal. But 10 and 13, yes, sir, we'll take that. 9 and 8 and 24, we will take that. Andrzejczak played well, 7 and 8 as well. Those are our assist leaders there. Arganinski actually has kind of surprised me with 4 assists. Same thing from our other midfielder, Mishkaya. And then the youngster, Kimiek. Average highest rating, Bednar, of course. Marvin right behind him. And then our, one of them, Camille is one of our center backs. Key passes, Andrzejczak with 25. Again, playing well up in that deep lying forward type role. Bednara with 22. He's the man. I love him. Argazinski with 14. Key headers. I love how key headers defaults to like the reverse order that you wanted in, unlike all the other sections. Mateus Jagla. I mean, I call him the youngster. He's 20 now, but 54 key headers in 25 total appearances, 21 starts. Phenomenal. Kostuch with 51. Again, our center back's doing a great job there. Camille, right? I mean, this is top 3 key headers are our center backs, so good jobs there. Key tackles, we just don't. We just don't tackle unless you're Lisowski. You have 1 because all your key tackles end up being yellow cards. Right. Looking at mistakes here, 48 mistakes from Lisowski. Again, we got 9 yellow cards and a red card. Kind of expected that. Gowinski not playing well. Yeah, right. So that's our season there. Looking at the values of our players, Marvin, I mean, we picked him up on a free, I think. Yeah, we picked him up on a free. Unbelievable. And he's the most valuable player at the club, 24,500 pounds. Bednara, as you'd expect, going up. Maluski's not our. Mishkaya is at 20K. Servinsky's at 16.5. So we got our values going up here. That's what's going on in the squad. If you look at the schedule, you know, we had our little German expedition to the German lower division, which is probably the Bundesliga 3, but they call it the German lower division in the game, I guess from licensing issues. Played the Money League, didn't do so well, but we brought in a ton of money doing that. In the first 17 games of the season, we lost 3 first division games. Absolutely clutch. Absolutely clutch. Then, as we noted, Welcome Back League didn't go well. What I'm concerned about with the Welcome Back League is we played, again, this is literally coming back from the winter break, so like we hadn't had any training or like whatever, but these 3 teams are all in the league we just got promoted to. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. The Money League 2, doing well, and we won the Valentine's League while making all that TV revenue. So nice little run there. This is what really saved us financially. And then 4 losses in the last 17. Kind of had a little, pecker moment here, right? Into the season. 2 losses when you're trying to win the title. Squeaking it out, though. Absolutely rocking and rolling. Let's look at our transfers first. So these are the people we had leave. Kazmarek, if you remember, he was on like $220 a week and he wanted to go like $450 and we said no. Yeah, he retired. Serves him right. Same thing with Marek Dubin. Serves him right. Skiva and Pliska disappeared. Rabisky retired. Kotłowski was the guy. He had a lot of potential, but he complained about training all the time. Doing well. He's with Odra Opol, who finished like 5th or 6th or something like that in the league. He's sitting on a 6.72 rating. I just couldn't deal with him whinging about training all the time. Camille actually worked out for him. He went to Arca. They got relegated back into our league, and then they got promoted with us. So, sad to see him go, but at least it's working out for him. Kaminsky was on loan, and then Chech is with Chobri. Actually played pretty well. 10 appearances, 6.85. He just didn't fit into our plans long term. So when we look at who we brought in, Milewski played all right for us. Didn't get a ton of appearances. 16 total, mostly subs at 6.83. Not a bad signing whatsoever. Camille played a lot as a center back. Andrzejczak, as we mentioned, tied for the top assists. Scott Davidson may have been a mistake. Right, he's sitting on a 6.67. In the non-competitive stuff, he's a 6.94. We just got to get him more. He's like falling apart too. He's 23, so may try to loan him out next season to get him some more play time because that's really what he needs. Casper came in, played well for us. Not a bad signing. Antis was a nice backup for Lisovsky. Some loan guys. Marvin, signing of the season by far. Skudelarek. Sure. Yeah. I can't believe we got this guy on a free. Quite the pickup. 17, 35 a week. Already 14 finishing, composed, high work rate, teamwork. I think he's got some good times ahead of him. And then Wojciech Wisnik, who wasn't the stud we need him to be. He played okay. 6.65. I mean, just okay. 7 yellow cards. He kind of picked that up from Lisowski. Not sure about that, even though he is on contract for a couple more years. Not sure what we're going to do there. But let's take a look now at good old Stirling Albion. So kind of happy and kind of disappointed. Okay, so they didn't go down. All right, so 26 points down. They're sitting on 53 points. So they've doubled the number of points to avoid getting relegated. So that's solid. 4th place is promotion playoff. But if you've already looked here, they lost on penalties to Partick Thistle in terms of getting promoted. So that's disappointing, but I'm just glad they didn't go down. Their top goal scorer in the league, Josh Peters, who is the player we brought in right before we left. Let's take a look here. I guess he's tied. It's weird. It's tied. Jack Lametti also with 15 in 47 games. Guys, give them a break. That is a ton of games. Assists, they're playing a 4-4-2 coming from their midfielders, which I think is interesting because it says attacking mid, but they're playing them more like actually as midfielders. See if there's anybody we recognize here. Carlo Pignatello, 17 substitute appearances, 6.47. Not great. He played well for us, 6.9 and then 6.3, 6.47. Not very inspiring there. Brian Hodge is still with him. 6.52 this season, 6.56 last season. Just, it's like we left and things have just, I don't understand how like the average rating looks to be about a 6.6, 6.7, and yet they came in 4th. That's just interesting to me. Lametti, we've already talked about. Peters. Andy Munro's still with him. 6.32 in the league. Oof, just not so good. Scott Whiteside still with him. Only 9 total appearances, 3 substitute appearances, 6.5. McGeechee still hanging out. Only 9 sub appearances. I never thought McGeechee was going to make it. And then Ryan Goodfellow is still hanging out as the backup goalkeeper. Didn't start in the league. So that's what's going on there. Under 20s, you got Scott Sebald, who didn't play in the league at all. Obviously, he's under 20s, so maybe they're still hoping he'll develop. Anybody else that's really interesting? Duncan. Yeah, with the director named Duncan also on the board. That's not shady. Hopefully he's Duncan Jr., because that would just be amazing. Didn't do so well. 6.36. Not so good. Tommy Black's still here, sitting on a 6.59. Nobody like really blowing us away, right? So let's look at their transfer history. Okay, so looking at who's gone out. Ross Smith, Anthony Maringi. The little Dixon. So Ross Smith is with Stirling University, which is 2 leagues down in the Highland Lowland leagues. Anthony Maringi is with Hawick RA, same thing. Playing well. Sean Dixon is with Brora, who's in League 2, so he went down a league. 6'5", only appeared in 14 total games. Kind of makes me sad, but when you're 5'4", he also, I saw this on Twitter, he doesn't drive. That is fascinating to me. Blair Henderson is with Airdrie. I don't know how to say that. I apologize. With the championship squad. So that's good. I mean, 6.45 is not so good. 3 goals, 15 appearances, but at least he's moving up. Fraser Eddington is with Vale of Leithen. They're in the Highland Lowland Leagues. Neil Gallagher, who I really thought was going to develop, is with the Civil Service, Highland Lowland Leagues. 6.81, 7 assists, doing well. But he's 2 leagues down. Chris Kane was that midfielder we brought in. He's in League 2 with Clyde, just doing okay. Let's look at... We probably looked at these already last season. They cut a bunch of people. Corey Irvine, Salim Nasser, Moses, Scott Davidson obviously was with us. Or to Peter... Yeah, he went to Peterhead and now he's with us. Liam Callahan, see what he's up to. He's with Annan. And that's in League 2 because they got relegated. So he's still around. That's really all the ones that are super interesting. Darren Petrie, who was that guy who had so much potential but dreaded big matches and complained a lot and thought he could make it to the latest and greatest. He's with East Stirlingshire. He was with East Fife, and then they cut him probably because he complained a lot. He only played 5 games. They got promoted to League 1, and Stirlingshire, so he went down 2 leagues. So, serves you right, Darren. Right. Let's see. So that's what's going on with Stirling. Taking a look. So let's look at the Lotto Extraclassa. So 16 teams. You play 30 games, and then it splits into a championship group and a relegation group. So last season, 39 points got you into the championship group. And then when you split, it cuts your points in half of what you had, I guess. So, for example, Corona's sitting on 22. You go to the relegation group, they have 11 because they didn't win another game. So, okay, so you do some math. If you could get, Katowice is a good example. 22 points. So they had they had 29 points. So you cut that in half. And then, so 29, that'd be 14 or 15. And then they won, what? They got 7 points out of the next 5 games. I'm just trying to look at what do we need to get to, not be in these bottom 2, right? So if you can lose less than 19 games, 18 games, then you're probably doing okay. And that's essentially half the season. So if you lose less than half of your games, you probably stay up. Because I'm not thinking we're going to win necessarily. I think the top 5 get into some sort of European qualification. So let's just look at their salaries here. I mean, that is just stupid. I mean, 6,500. That is, if we had 4 of those people, that would take up our entire budget. So when you look at it that way, we have quite the fight in front of us. Let's just look at like Katowice, because they finished in that relegation group, but they didn't get relegated. Again, 2,300. They've got, so we're going to be the minnows, moving up, trying to move upstream here. Okay. So this is a little more like us. We still have a lot of people that are kind of down here. And we do have some budget room, but it's like, gosh, do we need to go spend all that money? Because what happens if you spend all the money like these guys and then you get relegated? Yeah, so that would not be good. That would not be good. So we'll see how next season goes. I'm going to try and get the next episode out. I am, by the time you watch this video, I'm going to be pretty much done traveling. I've had a lot of travel over the last couple of weeks for work, but you haven't known that because I've tried to get a video out every other day. So I'm going to try and get that done, but if I don't get that done, I still want to know what you think I should do. My gut, as it sits right now, we are going from the 53rd ranked competition to the 17th. So that's quite good, I think. I do need to get a raise because, like the teams in the Lotto Ekstraklasa, surely that's what that is, are getting paid like $950 to $1.4K a week. So I'm on 600 right now. I think I need to get a raise. I really wish they'd improve the training facilities. I don't think they're going to. Then again, I don't know how much that costs. So maybe improving your training facilities costs like $4 million. And obviously we can't do that because we don't have the money for that. But I'd like to get, because if we could get better training facilities, we could train our players better and then they perform better and all that good stuff. But right now, I think it would be hard to go get a job, in the championship or the Czech First Division, the Belgian Pro League A, the Ladbrokes Premiership. Like we have gotten ourselves to that point through getting promoted, but I'm definitely open to your ideas and your thoughts. Leave a comment. If I don't get the next video out on time, that'll just give time for more comments to come in as to what you think I should do. We can have a discussion in the comments because I'll have my phone and I'll be able to respond to you that way. But I really do appreciate you watching. Hopefully I haven't forgotten, some player from Stirling that you really wanted to see or something like that. If I have, leave a comment. Hit that subscribe button. It's going to be popping up there. Smash that like button and let's figure out what we're going to do with our career. Thanks. Have a good day.